Hey guys, and welcome back to Will It Work? This time I have an old favourite of mine when it comes to spicy decks. This is Time of Tarum. This deck was created by Modnick, a two-time Monthly Cup champion, one of our strongest competitors and most creative deck builders from the earlier years of Faeria, but it was brought to light by a community member named Camysauce, who's been playing something similar recently, and it made me think, you know what, I wonder what Time of Tarum's like nowadays. So I've built this version of Time of Tarum. I've decided to go for a much slower, well, not even a slower build, because the original build was it was a huge combo deck. I've taken that combo element away, and I've decided to make it a bit more consistent in being able to fend off that early aggression. And so far, it's worked okay. I've played a couple of games of it, I've won both of them, and I have OTK'd with both of them, because this is an OTK deck. So the general idea is you get Tarum, you play Tarum, you feed it, you play an Oak Father. Then you can either play an Oak Father right next to your opponent's orb, or if your opponent has covered those lands, you can use the one copy of Sagami Grovecaller to teleport that Oak Father right next to your opponent's orb. Once he's next to it, chuck on a Gabrian enchant. It goes up to like between 20 and 28 attack, and then just one-shot them for that big kill. And that is the main way this deck will win. It can win in other ways now. I've added like Frog Tossers for removal. We've got the Shifting Octopus as another way to make a big creature. Willows as well, you can use enchants on them. So there's a lot of ways you can still win, but the Oak Father combo is the primary win condition. So let's get into the matches and see if it will work, and will it work. Alright guys, first match. Let's see how we do. We got the Divine Guardian. Okay, we'll keep the Divine Guardian. Do I keep the Lawthief and start off with Lakes? Because I do have Wild Growth in this deck. And I'm not keen on keeping Lawthief. I'm happy with the Divine Guardian. We got two Divine Guardians, so we can start collecting off our own wells. We can just sit back, relax, wait for that Tarum, go for the feed combo, and then get that Oak Father down. So yeah, let's do that. Start things off. We could even be a little greedy and go Forest, Explore, Guardian, double neutral, double collect. It slows us down a little bit, but it might be worth it, actually. Just get that collection going nice and early. We need 5 forests for Feed the Forest. We need 5 forests for Tarum. And our opponent's taking a slower start here, coming from this angle. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do this at least, and then we'll see what happens. Because if I pick up Wild Growth, it might give me that land I want. Now, I was thinking about changes to this deck from the original Time of Tarum list. You can actually check that out on the hub. If you just type Time of Tarum into search, you'll find it. And now, the original list was more of a combo-orientated deck, but now we have all these powerful cards from the Oversky. I was curious to see how that would change things. I decided to go for Divine Guardian because I wanted a reliable collector. That was the plan. I just want to get a collector down that can stick to the board and can't be targeted. I can't enchant it, unfortunately. But the other choice was Farm Boy. I was thinking about Farm Boy, but I thought, you know what? For an extra Faeria, I can get a more durable creature that doesn't die to Groundshaker, which is always a benefit. It's a Frog Tosser. So we can take the collection. If only I'd done this the other way around. I think I made a mistake. I should have made a forest here and explored this side. So mistakes were definitely made. We can take the Faeria. I think we just pass. I mean, this could zip here and kill this guy instead. This gal instead. And develop an aggressive land. That is an option. So many flying decks. What's up with all the flying decks recently? Everyone's loving mono yellow flyers. Takes the clear. Into another Manta Rider. These cards are an absolute nightmare to deal with. And I get a cheeky Willow. So I can lock this in. I could go for like Willow into Oak Daddy, or just go double Oak Daddy. Double Oak Daddy seems okay. I know this is our win condition, but we're under a lot of pressure at the moment, so I feel like we have to kind of go in a little bit and just make sure we put creatures down that can contest all these Manta Riders, because they are a pain. Now we might just see a clear on one of these through a Last Nightmare. We might see a Manta Rider plus a 4/2 go into the other, with like a Soul Drain maybe, or an Emperor's Command. But at least I'm forcing my opponent to make some decisions, rather than just playing super passive. Next turn I can go for the Lake, then get my second Lake down on the follow-up play, and then I have options with the Frog Tosser. Windborn Champion. Just going to get to clear my Divine Guardian. Feels bad. It's going to run away by the looks of things. Really want to find Feed the Forest. Feed the Forest would be fantastic. But then again, I can't Frog Tosser then. I don't really have a good Frog Tosser target, unfortunately. But I will build towards it. Because I kind of have to. I don't have much choice in this situation. I need to get some form of removal going. The best case scenario for me is that I kill a Manta Rider with one of my Oak Fathers, and then I can Frog Toss the 2/2 and puts a few creatures down on board. The thing is, I'm not counting myself out just yet because I have Feed the Forest in the deck. And Feed the Forest is going to be very helpful. It's going to allow me to definitely make a comeback. I'm going to take 10 damage now. This can sit back, clear, 5 damage. Could even move this down. Very difficult start for me. Yeah. Not looking good. Is that another Manta Rider? Are you serious? That was Kaleem. Just as bad. I do have feed. The problem is, I'm just dead if I Frog Tosser this. Because if I clear this and Frog Tosser it, unless the frog lands... Oh, well, actually the frog should land here, but I'm just dead to Soul Drain. What can I find to Feed the Forest? Not a lot. Do I just play like he doesn't have Soul Drain? I mean, I can feed... I can live in Willow feed, but like I said, what am I looking for? Another Frog Tosser? It's not going to help in this situation. I could get... I guess I could find Shifting Octopus and make a Taunt, but I'd have to make a 5/3 Taunt, which just dies to Wind Soldier. Really poor situation. I guess I could Frog Tosser here. And I could Taunt this up, I guess. I'm still dead to mobility. This is a problem. If there's a mobility trick, this can just go here, here, down, lethal. Difficult situation to be in. Collects. Choking Sands. Can then clear my Oak Father. Come down, clear my Oak Father. Kaleem can then kill the 4/2. Push for 5. Wait, he had lethal. Oh, he did it. He did it. He did it another way. That's fine. I was just thinking, you could just go zip zip, and I was dead. It's a little unfortunate start there, actually. Double Manta Rider. You know, getting the 4-2 as well, very difficult for me to answer, unfortunately. Not a true representation of what the deck is capable of. But you are going to get those matchups, so we can actually put yellow down as a very hard matchup for this deck, just to kick things off. Let's get number 1 out of the way, let's get into another. Alright guys, into the match here. Do I keep the Lorpy? I don't know, I don't really like this hand very much. Blue is a support colour, we want to find blue a little later on. And there's good old Tarum. A little early, my friend. We don't need you just yet, but we do have the Shifting Octopus. That's not bad. We're getting smoked. Okay. Smoke into Greetings. Double neutral Greetings, maximum BM. Go for the Forest. I hope this is... I've already beaten Red Rush with this deck. Yellow Rush is going to be a little bit more difficult, I think. Sweet. What do I want? Do I want a 5/5? Do I want a jumper, perhaps? Do I want a... maybe a 3/5 jump? Maybe a 3/7? I would go for a 3/7 if I had a Gabbard enchant, which I don't, unfortunately. 3/5 jump, 5/5, 3/5 taunt, 3/7, 7/3. Lots of options. I don't know what I'm playing against. This is a big problem. If it's Yellow Rush, I can get a taunt. I'd be happy with the taunt. I do want the collect. You know what? Let's force you into my area. We'll go for a 5/5. This is kind of the neutral option. This is the universe. And like 5/5 is a good stat line. I don't know what I'm playing against yet, so it's very hard for me to make a call on what I should transform this into. So I've gone for kind of the even ground. Go for the 5/5. This is double neutral. I can just take Forest and I'm in a really good position. Double neutral, Forest, Desert, Forest, Mountain, Forest. I know what I'm up to. I know what I'm gonna do next. Unless it's like, I don't know, like Mountain Queen's Guard, then I'd probably take a Forest here instead to cover the well spot. Crumbling Golem. Emperor's Command. Interesting. Alright, so let's take a Forest here. We'll play the Oak Father. Yeah, we'll just pass. So if this does, excuse me, if this does run into my Shifting Octopus, it's a little disappointing because I'm just going to lose life on the Oak Father anyway. I'm hoping it just goes face, to be honest. I can clear out the Oak Father and I still have my 3/4 to help manage it. So it looks like it's a Forest. Tiki Piper. Huh. Interesting. I can still clear it, which is odd. Surely you go face now. I don't see any reason to trade with this if you go for the Piper play. Nah, that doesn't sit well with me. I think that's a bit pointless because it's going to die anyway. Okay, yeah, sure. Let's kill it. Get Divine Guardian down. And keep us alive. we're able to take lethal damage and live to tell the tale. Also acts as a really solid harvester. We have Frog Tosser next turn. It's going to open up a lot of good options for us going forward. I see a power up on the Tiki Piper come down, and then we just see a clear on the Oak Father. As long as my Frog Tosser can live against its target, it's going to put me in a good position. If it trades, it's alright, but if it lives, I'm very happy. I always want my Frog Tosser to live, if it can. It just creates another problem that my opponent must answer. Goes for a draw. So no Cypher's Wrath this turn. Is that a Imperial Drain? Probably. Imperial Drain. And then this can't escape me now. I can just kill it. And just another Golem. Oh, that's fine. That's great value for me. This gets a 2-for-1 essentially. I'm pretty happy with that overall. Let's get a lake down. Doesn't really matter. Just put a lake here. Let's clear this out. Feels good. Now we get the Frog Tosser, the Tiki Piper on the follow-up, which means my Frog Tosser will live. I don't really care about 1 damage. Who cares about 1 damage at this point? Not me. And I can get my last forest down, and then I can start saving up for Tarum, because this deck shouldn't be able to handle Tarum. There's just no way. Tarum is... I've used Tarum in a rush matchup against Red Rush, where Tarum has actually cleared like 2 guys before I fed him. Okay, gonna Frog Tosser this instead, that's for sure. Cobbled Barracks. Spicy plays. Oh, what a position. This can actually start going face now if I want it to. It's pretty good. It's mainly the best thing about landing here is being able to have access to this tile. Willow's just gonna stop the damage for a little bit, and then Frog Tosser can move in and kill the barracks. Tarum is not looking like he's come down anytime soon. At least, unless I start saving up some Faeria. Once I stabilize, I can start saving up Faeria and just use the Divine Guardian as my collector and go from there. So then this turn, depending on what my opponent gets up to, I might just start stockpiling the Faeria ready. But it'll very much depend on if another Imperial Drain comes down, because I'm not going to be able to save up enough Faeria without harvesting. And it very much depends what this is. Is this just like another Piper? The Piper? Piperception? Maybe it's a Tiki Caretaker. It can't be a Tiki Caretaker unless there's another land developed. Tiki Caretaking costing 2 forests. Goes for a draw, so definitely not a Caretaker, so probably another Piper. Yep, just another Piper. Well, this is far more durable. If it takes the hit here... I don't really care if it takes the hit here. I'm just gonna kill this and then kill the pipe. Kill this Piper. And go from there. So yeah, let's take this out. Another forest. Let's get my last forest down. Finish this off. And just pass. So I've moved my frog onto this position to stop another barracks play, leaving this as a 1 attack. So now this needs a power up in order to do anything. I'm in a really good position. I can't see myself losing at this point. I've got a Frog Tosser in hand. Divine Guardian's going to protect me. I'm just going to start building up my Faeria resources. You know, start collecting, start saving up the Faeria. And this might just be an Elderwood Embrace to finish off the Willow. Ruden's Guidance, even better. But it still dies to these two. I do want to have another Harvester, that's the problem. But I don't want to spend any Faeria. A little greedy like that. Maybe just play another Divine Guardian. Another Divine Guardian +1 puts me on 8. No, so it put me on 9. I'd be close. I'd be very close to Tarum. I mean, I could Frog Tosser this and just use the 2/2. That probably just wins me the game, to be honest. Yeah, go on. We'll do that instead. I have 2 Frog Tossers in hand. I should use it to my advantage. Just +1 and we'll just pass. I'm not entirely sure what my opponent can do. I'm in a very good position. It needs to be a crazy good card. Right. Move here. Move here. Move here. Take a draw. And we'll pass. So now we have enough for Tarum. It's gonna happen. I can even go Tarum face. I can jump here, take an aggressive forest, or take an aggressive forest, and then go Tarum. The smoke Tarum. Enchant. He's a 15 attack with Enchant. Just saying, guys. He's a pretty good. Queen's Guard. Oh no, locking in my frog. That's no fun. Draw? This is my Oak Father. Yeah, let's just kill this. Make it more difficult. I'm going for the Tarum face here. It's gonna happen. Next turn, I am dropping Tarum right next to Aurora, and Tarum is gonna punch her with that giant log of a hand. Look how big his arms are. Actually, his arms look like they're part of the grind. Maybe he can't get up. Maybe he's just stuck in that position all the time. Poor guy. That's why a forest has grown on his back. There's probably all sorts of things living inside of him. Probably this guy. This guy probably lives on his back. Oak Father, Oak Daddy lives on top of Tarum. Confirmed. So what's next? Grime Shaker? Grime Shaker's pretty good. Kills these two. I still double collect. I still get that aggro forest. It'll still happen. It's a very unlikely hero. With Safeguard. Interesting. Why not? Why not? It's a bit of fun. Fun for me, at least. So I don't even need the Oak Father combo. It looks like Tarum's going to do all the work on his own. Let Emperor's Command my 0/1. Sure. So there's not much point in using the enchant just yet, mainly because it doesn't set up lethal. But I kind of just wanna do it. Is it wrong for me to just want to slam an enchant on Tarum right now and knock 15 damage of sense into Aurora? You guys let me know. Freedom Fighter, I haven't seen that card in a while. Going in, alright. Gonna take a draw. Take another draw. Alright. 7. Feed. Nom 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 nom. And here come the forests. We're gonna collect off this well while we're... We can move this here to protect us. Move this into double collection. Go for Oak Father. Oak Father. We can even taunt. Why not? Maybe not. Let's just feed this guy. Sure. Let's taunt. And that's what Tarum looks like if you guys have never seen it before. You never know, Tarum doesn't go off very often these days. I don't think he's ever gone off that often. But feed Tarum, fill the world with forests, and make 623 Oak Fathers. That is lethal, just these two guys alone. Imperial Drain. What's happening next? Cobbled Barracks. Can clear this on its own. I can clear my frog. And that's going to be it. That is lethal. The time of Tarum is here. And we are going to... And bam. Oh, we have another one. Why not? And there we have it, 23 damage to Aurora's face. GG's. Time and Tarum succeeds. Feels good. I like this deck. It's pretty cheeky. And it's quite fun to play. Let's get into another match. Alright guys, another match. Let's get going. What do we want? None of these. Let's throw them away, try and find ourselves a guard. Oh, we got 2 of them back. And a Time of Legend. This is really sad because Time of Legend is kind of a dead card now. I guess I could shuffle a green or blue card to my deck. If I shuffle blue, I can get Time of Legends. Not interested in finding that. If I shuffle... Excuse me. If I shuffle... If I choose blue, I could shuffle in an Aurora's Dream. Not shuffle a Time of Legends. Losing my mind with all these memes and jank decks. So we're just going to play the Forest and pass. We have a really bad start. But luckily our opponent has started slow as well. So hopefully I pick up a Harvester, get that Divine Guardian down, and start collecting off this well and just chill and just build towards the Frog Tosser and eventually build towards Tarum. It's going to be a Skyak, okay. Skyak comes down, that's an Oak Father. I guess I could go Oak Father just to start collecting, but I don't really see the point. I'm not under any pressure. I could just keep my Faeria for now and hopefully draw something a little better next turn. So yeah, we'll just relax and we'll just find out what we draw next turn and go from there. Desert. Gonna shoot 2 random flyers from the top of the deck. Building towards those Skyaks, and there we have it. Divine Guardian in the nick of time. Yep, all passed. And you might be wondering, why haven't I played Time of Legends? Because I just don't want to shuffle something random into my deck. Everything in my deck I want to draw. I don't want to draw whatever this is going to put in my deck unless I can guarantee it'll be something useful. something like Runin. Runin would be great. I'll take Runin. Another Tarum. That's great. I can play Tarum, feed Tarum, play another Tarum. Fantastic. But no, that hasn't happened yet. Now we can build our last... We can build a lake here, actually. We'll just get a lake down. Just to stop the land progression from my opponent. Then we'll take a forest here, again, to stop the land progression. And go from there. Origin Fanatic moves across anyway. Mistakes were made. Can build an aggressive land. Well, decides to go for the right hand side anyway. It's not too bad. Into a village elder, so this might be green yellow sacrifice. It's hard to say at this point. Oh, that's pretty good. Let's take the Law Thief. Can I put Law Thief in a position where it doesn't die? I guess I could stick it here. But it doesn't collect either, so do I care if it gets hit for 1 damage? Probably not. But yeah, let's just play it safe. Let's just stick the Law Thief here. Draw 2 cards. Really good draws, actually. Now we can go for the Living Willow in this position just to kind of lock things down. And then next turn we can gear up some Frog Tossers and start answering what's on board. Takes the damage there, makes an aggressive forest, moves the village elder across. I'm gonna wrangle the yak perhaps, and then play more yaks probably. Yeah, probably just go for more yaks. Alright, enchant's not bad. We can enchant this willow to trade off. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Feed the forest. Very good. Okay. So maybe we just wait. Nothing's in range. And go for Tarum Feed next turn. Tarum Feed's going to give us 15 Faeria back anyway. We're going to get the 15 Faeria. We can then go like Frog Tosser, and just start clearing out the board. Even get an aggressive Oak Father down if we want it. It's going to move up into another Fanatic. Hopefully clears this. Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting that. Into the Skyaxe. Alright. Just blocking the way here. A Wild Growth. It's pretty good. That allows us to Tarum. Feed the Tarum. Because we still have a draw now. Into another Feed the Forest. So yeah, let's take a draw. We could actually shuffle something into our deck now if we wanted. But like I said, I'd rather draw everything else that's in my deck. An enchant feels good. Stick this over here. And then I guess we could just Frog Tosser this guy. Unless we Frog Tosser this. Because we still want to defend. I can clear this guy out. Pretty good. Alright. This could just be lethal, depending if my opponent has an answer to my Oak Father. Goes to the draw. Is there a last nightmare? It very much depends. It depends on if this build runs it. Some builds don't. Some builds will decide to go for the Shaitan Assassin instead. And there's an assassin. And land placement really benefited us as well because it meant our opponent could not defend. Because our opponent went for a more aggressive strategy with green yellow sacrifice instead of playing off its own wells, it opened up this position here for us to move into, develop into, and then go for the win there. So well played to our opponent. And we are just going to enchant and punch for 29 damage. Why not? 29 damage to the orb. And there we have it. Another victory in the bag. And you can see this win condition's a lot easier to pull off than some of the other decks I've created in this series. Well played. Let's get into another one. Alright guys, into another match. We do have Time of Legend this time. We could keep it to make sure we can find that Tarum. Let's give it a go actually. Let's keep the Tarum. I guess we call this Tarum. It's gonna be Tarum. But we'll keep the Time of Legend and see if it makes a difference. I was expecting double neutral then. I always expect double neutral. I don't know why. Yep, let's do it. So there he is, the big boy himself. Once a game, last 2 games. He's been doing pretty well. Yellow is a bit tough though. At first match, we really struggled against yellow. And Shaitan Demon, so this is probably tempo. Living Willow, fantastic. So now we have an early collector. I'll be a little sad if this gets Choking Sand. I do want this to stick around and harvest. Hopefully it will. Maybe I don't need Divine Guardian in the deck. Maybe I just run Wood Elemental instead to help the land acceleration. It's just a little sad though when you pick up all your land acceleration through Wood Elementals and then you draw Wild Growth. Because wild growth is so bad when you don't need lands. And it's just a little cheaper. It's just cheaper for getting out those threats. Actually, you know, there's a big risk to playing Tarum on its own. So I could go like Forest Tarum, and then if it gets Nightmared, I can't play any lakes. So I can't set up Frog Tossers, or I can't set up enchants. I won't be doing that, that's for sure. Let's go for an Oak Father. We have to play kind of slow here. We can't just sit back and relax like we did last game. We need to start going for these Frog Tossers early, getting board control, and then maybe with Feed the Forest and other tricks we can get things going. Alright, there's going to be the desert. Desert pass, alright. Retreat. Take another forest. And then next turn we can start going for lakes. So we need to get these Frog Tossers set up. I should have actually taken the lake there in case I drew Wild Growth. That was a mistake from me. So many yellow flyers at the moment. Why is with yellow flyers? Everyone wants to play it, apparently. Which is not good for me, because Yellow Flyers absolutely murders this deck. I maybe chose the wrong time to play. Let's see what else comes down. Another demon. Okay. I can take 10 damage next turn. That's how bad this situation is. Oh my goodness. Alright. I'm just going to have to pass and hope for the best here. Maybe get double Frog Tosser off next turn. Tow Ship? Yep. Tow Ship coming down. 5 damage. I'm gonna clear out the Oak Father. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Frog Tosser is awful here. It doesn't really do enough. I guess I have to go for it, right? Double Frog Tosser. 1. 2. I could go here. So I'm just dead to Last Nightmare and Choking Sands. But yeah, I've learned today in a very quick space of time that mono yellow or yellow flyers is a very bad matchup for this deck. Very bad matchup, and there we have it. That's just going to be another win in the bag for yellow flyers against Time of Tarum. Why is everyone playing yellow flyers on casual? Come on, guys. Bring some memes. But there we have it. We're going to our final match with Time of Tarum. Can I get the win? Let's find out. Alright, guys. Last game. Let's see if we can get the Tarum OTK. Well, not even Tarum. Tarum sets up the OTK. It's actually Oak Daddy that gets the work done later on with that Gabrian enchant. This is a pretty good hand. You know, Divine Guardian, Shifting Octopus, Living Willow, lots of early game stuff to set up harvesters and start collecting Faeria. Now, what does my opponent have in store for me? It's going to be a forest. That's what I like to see, that lovely slow play. So I can set up my Divine Guardian, start harvesting that Faeria and building towards that Tarum. Really sad about all the yellow decks I've played against today. Like, yellow flyers just feel so bad. Oh wow, is this ramp? It's just like old school ramp. Alright, let's go. Let's get collecting. Takes collection off the right into maybe a water elemental or a shifting octopus. Guess we'll find out. Maybe even a Triton Warrior, who knows? Shifting octopus, okay. That's a 7-3. It's a 5-5. I was expecting a 7-3 there, I must be honest. This is tricky for me because I can't actually clear this. I could just go for the collection, set my own 5-5. It takes a 2 damage hit on the Living Willow. Sorry, leaving the Willow on 2 life does a 5 damage hit, leaving on 2 life. I am very vulnerable to power-ups. That's my biggest problem. Let's take the pre-hit ready into a Wave Crash Colossus. Going in here, no remorse. Just wants to fight. Let's play the Time of Legend. Take the lake. Or the forest. I could actually just take forest here. Clear this out and then we'll just shimmy back. We need to... Okay, so we're playing against blue, so we need to play Feed the Forest on Tarum. We have to. We cannot leave it up like we did against some of the other decks, because Transform will just completely ruin my plan, and I'll end up spending 15 Faeria on nothing, which is not good. Frog Tosser nice and early. Oh my goodness, this is difficult. All this early pressure today. It's been very difficult for me to keep this in check. Alright, let's take a lake. Gets the 1 damage. Let's take it here. Get the Law Thief going. Draw some cards. I thought we'd find a Frog Tosser of our own. Fortunately not the case. Let's enchant to an Octopus, okay. So I could Octopus up to a 7-3. Yeah, let's do it. Oh no, I shouldn't have done that. That was a mistake, because this isn't taunted. Yeah, it was a bit awkward. Let's see if I messed up there. I messed up. Oh. Well, I mean, I've been given these... I've had a mixture of matches. I've had these awkward matches where it's very hard for me to defend. And it's encouraged a few misplays on my part. Live and learn, guys. We'll just live and learn. I guess as a 7-3, it does force the Frog Tosser to move. Is this just going to hit, move this hit, move this hit? Is that what we're expecting here? Yeah, okay. Does relieve a lot of pressure, but if I do see another Wave Crash Colossus, it's not looking good for me. Don't do it. Don't do it. Have mercy. Tarum costs 15 Faeria. It's never going to happen at this rate. Yeah, play over here. Play over here. This is a good spot. It's a water elemental. Okay. Oof. I was scared then. Absolutely terrified. Oh, what a draw. Fantastic. We can just frog toss to this guy. Hopefully my frog spawns on the bottom tile. Ah, come on. Be nice to me, game. I'm already losing. Salt in the wounds. Could have just given me a frog down here. Feels bad, guys. Colossus? I'm just waiting for this Colossus to show. It's a frog tosser. I was gonna trade off. That's not bad, actually. I'll take it. Sure, that's fine. I'm good. I'm good with that. We have the Divine Guardian. We can just relax now with the Divine Guardian. Try and get enough Faeria to get Tarum. Maybe we just +1 from now on, because we do have Feed the Forest already, so we can pull off the combo. And then we can just lore thief on the follow-up after we've done the Feed the Forest. Because we'll have tons of Faeria to work with and get our card draw in there. So let's just keep +1 in. Let's keep going. That's a lot of pressure. Oh my goodness. That's a lot of pressure. It's not looking good, is it? Alright, this actually is enough to finish things off. I might have to land, actually. Just so I can move my Divine Guardian out of reach of this and just pass. I get Tarum feed next turn. I can play another Divine Guardian if that pops open, which I doubt it will. It's still a lot of damage needs to be done to me for that to happen. But I'm hoping for just like Oakfather into yeah, like Oakfather into maybe a Taunt. Oh, pressure is too much, guys. Too much pressure on the dance floor right now. It's not good. Right, let's do it. +1 into feed. Gonna have to lore thief. Drop 2. Okay. Maybe we Oakfather feed just to get a lot of Faeria. Yeah, let's do that. Let's feed this Oakfather. 27, 31 Faeria. What's going on? Draw 2 cards. Just need more taunts. I need removal and taunts. That's what I need right now. Okay, we can frog toss at this guy, but let's set up some taunters first. So we can play the. See if I do that. I want to frog toss at this, but my problem is I don't have space now. So our Willow here. It doesn't matter. I'm in a pretty bad situation, that's to say the least. Willow here. Taunt, and then this frog tosser here. I don't think that's enough, guys. I think I'm still dead. I don't know. Actually, maybe not. Maybe not. This runs into this. This runs into this. Take 4 damage. I needed this in a better position. This should have come here so I could still kind of fight. Yeah, this is a bad position. Why did I stick it there? I was running out of time. I was panicking. I didn't know what to do. It's not looking good. Five, 7. I needed to get Oakfather down. I should have played Oakfather as a defender. Oh no. I just ran out of time, guys. Too many heated decisions to make. I need more taunts. Give me more taunts. More Oak Fathers, more taunts. That's what I need. See, I had an Oak Father here. I could clear this out, and then I could finish this off with these two. And it'd only be this guy remaining. Is that another Colossus? It's going to be another Colossus. 100% another Colossus. No, it's a water elemental. Okay. Enchant. Doesn't help my situation much, does it? Second draw. Feed. Feed the forest. Okay. We don't need Faeria, we just need Cycle. So I want to keep this Oak Father. We can kill this guy with these two. So let's just feed... Let's just feed this guy. Yeah, let's just feed this guy. Ugh. That's not good, is it? If I had... okay, let's just think about this. If I had Oak Father down in this position, I could clear this. I don't think I would still be in the same spot. I don't think I'd be in a winning position. I mean, we can clear this guy. I could teleport over and yeah, it's not looking good, is it? Oh well. It was worth trying. Oh man. I was panicking at the end, but ultimately I don't think it mattered. But yeah, that's going to be it. Time of Tarum is okay. It's not great. I think the structure deck was even better. But then again, it's very matchup dependent. Like, I find these... I think one thing I've learned is a lot of these decks are matchup dependent. Some matchups you can just win because your win condition doesn't line up with the options that certain colors have. Other times you'll just lose because they have hard, clean, brutal answers to these decks' win conditions. So it's tough. There we have it, Time of Tarum. And that concludes this episode of Will It Work? A little disappointed with how Time of Tarum performed. It was unfortunate. Like, the yellow flyers were just going to butcher us anyway. Especially with all the Manta Riders and stuff. It's very, very difficult. The deck's quite greedy in some ways, and maybe the build needs a bit more refining before it can actually become at least a little bit competitive. Right now, it doesn't feel like it's in a good space. Maybe the Divine Guardians were a poor option. I could have perhaps chose something else. I was going to choose Farm Boy originally, but I ended up going for Divine Guardian for extra insurance. But when the deck does go off, it is a lot of fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I hope you guys enjoyed playing and experimenting with this concept. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, drop a subscribe to keep up to date of when our content goes live. Be sure to check out all the previous Will It Works if you want to see some janky decks. Competing in casual, only in casual. I'm not that brave to take some of them on the God rank, going towards God rank on the ladder, but I have done. Green Yellow Avengers has featured in a Become a God episode. So until next time, guys, take care and enjoy Time of Tarum.